Why do I feel like being haunted? I feel I'm being stalked. What to do if in a dark alley, someone's coming for you? The feeling that someone is watching or following her in a dark alley is familiar to many. I too often like that. So here below are some tips that can help in this case, and which I sometimes use. Calm down. It is possible that you just imagined it. Even if not, try to keep external calm and not to submit the form. Criminals respond to fear in the victim. Carefully look around, think in advance as you can to protect yourself. Around can be sticks, bottles, stones that could save your life in case of an attack. If the terrain you know, it may be easier. Assess the situation, possibly find a crowded, bright places, go to them, pretend you're talking on the phone. Say loudly into the phone, "I have come to you, meet or I'm outside. Come out." The phrase depends on the situation, but in any case, its purpose is to deter criminals, giving him to understand that you are not alone and you will meet. If you are talking, do not answer rudely, do not provoke the conflict. Look into the eyes, stay confident, answer quiet and calm. If you are trying to rob, and the perpetrator is stronger than you physically, or armed, do not resist. Give value. It can save your life. During the attack and act decisively and not hesitate. For self-defense use, that is, the bottle, brush, heels, umbrella, etc. Attack the front, poke subject or fingers in the eyes or the neck of the enemy. The back, hit the opponent an elbow to the gut or kicked in the knee. As an option, to hit the heel on the foot or shin. Attract people's attention. Shout fire. This will attract passers-by and residents of the surrounding area. If you are attacked in a public place, ask for help. Address. Select a specific person in the crowd and turn to him, so the reaction will go faster. February 27, 2020 14:05. In 1896, Sigmund Freud published his ideas on psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis has often been used to assess same-sex attraction, and among dealing with the theory of psychoanalysis has been considerable debate about whether to consider it a paraphilia or a mental disorder. For example, many analysts were of the view that the basis of male same-sex attraction is fear of castration. Despite the personal views of Freud on homosexual orientation, its representatives were not allowed to practice psychoanalysis, because it was considered a mental illness. As a result, they were isolated from the community of psychoanalysts and had hardly any influence on the formation of the theory of psychoanalysis. The growing popularity of psychoanalysis caused the strengthening of the viewpoint that same-sex attraction is an aberration and an illness. Increased the number of the representatives of homosexual orientation, who were forcibly placed in hospital or in prison. The researchers tried to treat her in various ways, including aversion therapy, castration, electroconvulsive therapy, brain surgery and other methods. Categorization of homosexuality in the context of mental rules is a controversial issue of psychological science and psychiatry. From the very beginning of the development of psychology as a science, the question of the existence of different forms of sexual behavior in humans was the subject of attention of many psychologists. Homosexuality is romantic and sexual attraction or sexual behavior between members of the same sex or gender. As a sexual orientation, homosexuality is a sustainable model of emotional, romantic or sexual attractions to people of the same sex. It also refers to the sense of identity of a person based on these preferences, associated behavior and membership in the community of those who share those biases. Sexual orientation is often compared with such personal characteristics as biological sex, gender identity, or age. However, this description is incomplete because sexual orientation is not just personality characteristics of the individual, but is defined through relationships of love with others. The American Psychological Association on this issue states, people express their sexual orientation through behaviors with others, including such simple actions as holding hands and kissing. Thus, sexual orientation is closely connected with close personal relations that satisfy the deep sense of the need for love, devotion and intimacy. In addition to sexual behavior, These relationships include non-sexual physical affection between partners, shared goals and values, mutual support and lasting commitment.